Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Meets Vodka. I'm your host, Raya, and I'm handling life one shot at a time. Sit back, relax, let's talk all things pop culture, celebrities, gossip, trends, and let's become best friends. What? I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everybody had a great week and a safe and happy Halloween. I didn't do much. I just stayed in and watched all of the celeb videos from Heidi Klum's party, which we will get into. But before we get into that, you guys know my dating life is a little wild, a little unhinged. And I'll give you some updates about that. So I'm trying to get out there and look for love in apparently all the wrong places, right? Met this guy on Hinge. I actually didn't meet this guy. I was texting this guy, and I feel like it's like a numbers game. Like guys will match you and they're like immediately, what's your number? And like, it's because they just like want to feel some type of way, like, oh, I got this girl's number that I'm never going to respond to. Like literally no pun intended, but like they match with you. They try to just get your number and then never talk to you or like plan to make plans again. It's just like such an ego thing. And, so I was talking to this guy, couldn't even tell you his name, to be honest. They're all unsaved, and it's like so scary because like it's always like, am I going to text my client or am I going to text some random guy on Hinge? Like it's always scary because nobody's number is ever saved. So anyways, he lives an hour away, I realized, and I did not do the vetting process. As you know, I'm like not a great vetter, although like sometimes I am when I'm like serious about it, but when I'm not, anyways, I don't want to waste time with that. So he's like texting me, and I told you guys that I went to my friend's Halloween party like before Halloween. So I didn't do anything on actual Halloween or like that weekend. So he texts me or the next day, and he's like, oh, sorry, hold on, let me read it. He goes, sorry about Saturday. I got sidetracked, then ended up chilling and figured it was too late. Okay, yeah, no big deal. I was like, no worries. I went to my friend's party. I literally forgot that we said we were going to hang out or that I was like waiting on you to get back to me. Like a bitch just keeps it moving. You know what I mean? I forgot. So then I'm telling you, not even 30 seconds later, he sends me a breast infographic asking me, he says, look at number 3. Which one is your number? And I was like, what? Like, why do you have that on your phone? Like, and this person was younger, but like as a 27, 28, I don't know actually how old is he, but 28, 29-year-old man, why do you have that, boy, really child? Why do you have that on your phone? That's fucking weird, okay? No wonder why your girlfriend left you and, you know, she's not interested, because who would be interested? This is embarrassing. If I ever found out that somebody that I dated, which I'm sure they have, has texted a tit infographic to somebody that they were like trying to pursue, or the idea allegedly of like trying to pursue, is like a wild concept. What do you mean? You have to show it. Wait, I am going to show it, but hold on. Let me find the one where I blacked out the number. I'm going to post it up here so you guys can see.
My thing is, why does someone think this is fun?
No.
Right. Like you have this in your phone.
On your phone. And then also, instead of figuring out which one my tits are IRL, you're just cutting to the chase and you're like, pick a number 1 through 17. Like, what? It's so lazy. It's so lazy. You don't even want to see what's under my shirt. You just want me to tell you? Dude, that's lazy. Low effort. Beyond. Low effort beyond. So, needless to say, did not respond. Oh, then 2 days later, he question marks it because I didn't respond. He question marks, what number are you? What? And everybody in my DMs were like, oh my God, you should have said number 3, like blah, 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 which was the one. I mean, if you're listening audio, you really need to watch on YouTube so you can get the full picture. But like number 3 is like where one is like hanging really low and then the other one's over the shoulder. Like, what is it? Bo, do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to the flow? Like that type thing. So everybody was like, you should have said number 3. But I didn't even have the energy. And that's like, it's honestly like, yes, I could be funny, but like people pay me to be funny in my mind. So like, why would I waste a good joke on you and like give you the humor that you wish you could have? It's like this one guy who I went on one date with like months ago, and he was a therapist, and I thought this was going to be like a good thing because he's a therapist. I'm like, oh, I love therapy. Like we are, we can communicate the same, like blah, 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 la ti da. And I thought it was all going to be like good vibes and like adult convo, and it wasn't, and it was fucking weird. And I go to his house and I wanted to watch, I was really in deep with that therapy show, couples therapy, and he was a therapist, and my friends were like, oh well, he probably doesn't want to bring home work with him. Okay, well that's on him to tell me that we could watch a different show. I mean, am I right? Like that wasn't on me. So anyways, he's like, or maybe this was like the second date, and only because the first date it was low effort again. We went to a coffee shop, and I was like at 8 p.m. whatever. So I just put on mascara, and I put on like a cute little like coordinate, like black. I just put black on, like nothing crazy, my hair in a pony. And I was like talking my ass off because that's how I be. And so then I was like, wow, I feel really good about this. Like, let's talk again, because I just was grasping at straws, just wanting to have any type of conversation, right? So I was like, well, this guy's cool enough to like maybe say yes to a like quote second date. And then, I have 5 days to think about if I really want to go out with this guy or not. Right. And so he's like, well, let's watch that show. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So I go over to his house, and I'm like, I don't know, I could end up on Dateline, but I didn't. I knew it was like broad daylight. We went like, it wasn't like at night or anything. And we watched the show, and I'm like trying to have like a conversation. I get it. This probably isn't the funnest date he's ever had, about like wondering, trying to figure out what people's attachment styles are and like why they're feeling avoided and what trauma you're feeling in your body based on these people. Like, I get it. Okay. But like that, my expectations were alive and well. And that was the setup that I said, and he agreed to it. So anyways, I go to his house, and he has like this bullshit charcuterie board. Again, it's 6 p.m. And I've told the story. They're like, well, did you not want him to feed you? Yeah, I did. But like with real food or even real charcuterie. This is like Kraft singles from like the crackers that you like buy in the pack, the squares that you put on the Ritz cracker and then you eat it. And like some pistachios he had laying around. Like this isn't, there's again, like low, like, yeah, I get it that there was like a snack, but then I also couldn't eat on the couch. So every time I had to get up and go to the bar or the island to get a cracker and then eat it and then sit back down. Like, that's so weird. Anyways, I'm getting really far off. But the point of the story is that when I was leaving, he was like grabbing me to like sit back down, like as if I'm on the couch right now, and like as if I were to sit up and like start to get up, and he's like grabbing my waist. First of all, every woman hates this part of their body. Okay. I don't care if you're a twig or you're not. Don't grab the pooch. Okay. And don't grab mine right now. Literally to like pull me back down. And I was like, oh my God, as if I didn't have the ick before. Like I 1000% have the ick now. I made it out there alive. He didn't text me the next day. I didn't text him because I didn't feel like things needed to be said. So then I'm like, okay, cool. We both get it, adults, yeah, you could tell I wasn't into it and whatever. Okay. He texted me the day after that. So that was a Saturday. We didn't text on a Sunday. He texted me on a Monday saying, are you ghosting because we didn't fuck or because you're a Sagittarius? What? And this man's a therapist. Wow. I should report you to the board. I'm just like, what? So I have a stand-in producer today because Taylor's out. My friend Mohini, who will be a guest eventually, she said therapists are the ones that need the therapy, like 100%. Like, well, and then I'm like, what kind of credentials do you have as a therapist? Like life skills. I know you went to school and stuff, but like my therapist is really badass. And there are really good therapists out there, but there's also a fuck ton of bad therapists. But like, if your therapist is saying that to like girls and then trying to give you dating advice, what qualifications do you have? I don't get it. Yeah. So dating scene isn't going great. I will say, okay, so I feel like every Monday I'm like, oh, well, I went out. I really like don't go out that much, but I feel like lately I have been like doing one activity, you know? And like my friend texted me, I haven't seen him in a while, and he was like, hey, we're all watching the LSU game. Do you want to come? I was like, yeah, sure. And in my head, of course, I was like, he already knows this. It's my personal hell to watch any type of sporting event. I'm there for the vibes and I'm there for the guys. I go to this, like, I guess they're doing these bars where it's like, oh, this is an LSU bar. This is an OU bar. This is like, tell me you live in the South without telling me you live in the fucking South. Okay. Like, I don't know. Anyways, was trying to like talk to people, aka guys, with my friend, and nobody was having it. And it's not necessarily that I looked ugly. I just really think like as a society, we've lost the will to like converse with people. And it's just like nobody really wants to put in effort. So, but I did meet, let me tell you the good part of this. It's like really quick, but now I did meet this guy. He looked like Brett from Southern Charm, Madison LaCroix's husband, like straight fucking up, look just like him. I want to post a picture and I'm scared because like, is there any like legality about that? I don't know. Convinced him that I was 25 because I asked him how old he was and he was like, oh, I'm 26. And I was like, oh my God, how, like, you're so mature and like whatever. And I was like, how old do you think I am? He's like, I don't know, 25. I was like, oh, wow, you're so good at this. Con artiste. Anyways, and we were like bantering. He was a Pisces, and that's where everything went wrong. And I already knew it. He goes, but I'm not like a normal Pisces. I'm like, you know, I don't have emotion and I don't have this and that. And like, you know, I'm kind of a dick. And I was like, yeah, so a Pisces, right? Anyways, he looked just like Brett from Southern Charm. His friend, though, this is where I fucked up for the pod. Because I was like into this guy because he was hot and he was the hottest out of his friend group. His friend looked exactly, when I say exactly, bro, exactly like John Mayer, circa Your Body's a Wonderland. I'm not even kidding. I feel like we were like bantering and it was borderline like really fucking mean. So I would have never pursued it anyways. But what I found interesting is that he had his friends do recon on me. That made me feel pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. So thank you for that. Thank you for the views. Okay, but like, what is the point of doing recon and like his friend, I was literally looking over his shoulder, reading his text messages, like the psycho that I am of this guy that I just met. I said, what are you talking to me about? You know, it's like, what are you talking about me? And his friends were like, oh, redheads are hot, bro. Like, blah, blah, blah. They're like just hyping me up, or you don't want to hang out with me. That's fine. Yeah, men do the recon. And I thought it was, I don't know, I thought it was cool. I think he was intimidated because I really just popped up and I was like, hey. No, I sure did. I saw him at the bar. Oh, this is how it happened. Wait. Okay, I saw him at the bar when me and my friend were getting drinks. And I like looked over. I said, hey. No, hold on. I have to look in the camera. Hey, are you Madison LaCroix's husband? Like, why would he know who Madison LaCroix is? And I told my friend, I said, he was like, oh no, and like scurried away. And I was like, why is he leaving me? And I was like, oh, he probably thinks Madison LaCroix is somebody I went to high school with, or like some bitch that I went to high school with that he's like, no, I don't know her, like blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, I have to go find him and clear my name. Like, you know, so I was on the witch hunt and I literally did a lap around the bar. I said, I know where he is. He's there. And I fucking go to the patio and he's like right there. Anyway, so I just popped up. He was like talking to his friend and I popped up behind him and I squatted down and I was like, hey, did you think that I was talking about somebody that we went to high school with? Because I don't know you and you don't know that person. So yeah, I can get that it was a little psycho. Not stranger danger. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's so daft there. What does daft mean? I think I'm using it the correct way. It's just drab. It's low vibes. It's just you and your bros. And I also think he was like intimidated, and it's okay to be intimidated by bossy, important women. Okay. It's fine. So anyways, we didn't hang out. We're not going to hang out. He probably thinks I'm a crazy loser, and that's okay. Whatever. But I thought it was fun while it lasted. And it just proved my point as to why I don't really go out anymore or go to the bars, because who is there? Even just somebody wanting to have like just a casual conversation of like I get it, you're trying to watch a game, but by that time, you know, you guys have been drinking since 5. It's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Like, come on. Like, you don't want to like mingle. You don't want to like talk to people. You don't want to be out. That's the issue with this generation. They grew up on the apps. And I know 5 years is like not that long, but or like not that big of a gap, but it is when you were in high school and then you were only on the apps. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I at least almost my whole my early 20s is when the apps came out, and I just feel really bad for like young people. So anyways, that's my thing on that, because they've lost social skills and how to talk to people and just have like a casual conversation. Or it's like girls and guys, even if it's like, you know, you just want to like talk to people and it's like, why are you talking to me? I don't know, bitch, because we're both standing here, you know? Oh, on that note too, I will say, this is a hill I'll die on. This is a hill that I will die on. Sports bars and then restaurants, bars who have TVs in general that only play sports. I hate that. I fucking hate that with a passion. The bar that we went to we sat on the side, the side patio or the front patio, whichever way you're coming in, the front patio, 20 TV screens just on the side patio. It had a jumbotron. I'm not even kidding. Like 20 feet tall. I'm hand to God. It had 2 front and back other like kind of NFL-y like big screens outside on the cement where like people are like eating so they don't miss anything. It had 15 TVs line. It's like somebody made a bad Sims house. TV. And then you had TVs all around the bar, all around the outside of the bar, all around, or like the outside of the inside of the bar, all around like the outside of the porch. Like, it just, like, holy shit. Like, my eyes were like on fire. But could you imagine if they were doing like Bravo, Sister Wives, The Bachelor, HGTV? Like, men are not the only people that pay for drinks and service, by the way. And you know, that is why it's tailored to men, because men pay the checks, and if men are watching TV, they're more inclined to tip you. That's actually why there's so many TVs around sports. Did you know that? Psychology. The more that you know. It's actually marketing. I want to talk about Heidi Klum's Halloween party. She came as a peacock. Here's what I think. I don't like that celebrities have access to like special effects artists, because obviously all of their costumes are going to slay. Like, I do love that. I thought it was cool that she added the Cirque du Soleil. That was pretty cool. That was a part of her tail. And then she like got on stilts later that night and was just like a big bird. But here's the thing too. I was looking at her story and she was taking it off. Like, she had the people taking off her special effects and stuff. Like, does it end at like 11? Because no way in hell I'm doing that at like 2 and 3 a.m. You know what I mean? It definitely needs to be like a 7 to 11 party. And then like, I feel like I couldn't really get drunk either, because I'm going to like fall over the stilts. I'm going to get too drunk and pass out. What if I have to throw up? And like, I have to throw up out of this beak. Like, what's going on? Like, it's too much. So I couldn't do that. Needless to say though, I do want to be invited one day. So hopefully I'll be there. But everybody's costume was really cool. I think everybody was really creative. A lot of, you know, SAG's still on strike. So it was encouraged to not do Halloween costumes from movies or TV shows. So a lot of people got, you know, creative. The best costume, I think, hands down, was Benny Drama's Starbucks. That was so fucking funny. That was so good. That was really, really, really good. Really creative. And then who else had a good one? Oh, the Kardashians were Bratz dolls. It was cute. It was cute. And of course they were Bratz dolls. Because like we grew up with Bratz. I mean, it's like fitting. They look like Bratz dolls. Anyways, but Chloe's tan was a little too tan for me, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't understand why they can get away with it. And maybe they can't, and maybe they just don't give a fuck and they just keep continuing. I don't know. But I guess who am I to judge, right? Whatever. It was a cute costume. I thought it was also, Kylie Jenner posted like a couple months ago that her and Stormi were getting custom made Bratz dolls. So maybe they're coming out with a collab. It's like gearing up. Chloe and Kim and Nicole and Olivia Halcombe or whatever their names are, the cousins from Wags, they were all Bratz dolls. And I wonder if it's got something to do with like a Bratz collab and, you know, something like that. So we'll see. TBD. Okay, this I really need to talk about the Housewives really quickly because I caught up on Salt Lake City. And it's so catty. I need to know why Mary doesn't know that her son has been married for a year. I need to know that. I don't get it. And where's her husband? The granddaddy husband. She's saying that he's like out at a conference or something. He's like touring. What's he touring with? Or is he just doing, you know, like, are they just living separate? Like, I don't get what's going on. But I also like the fact that Mary's son lives with her and the wife or the girlfriend, now wife, lives with the son. And they all three live under the same roof. And Mary didn't know that they were married for a year. That just shows you how like disconnected from everybody and everything that she is, you know? I don't know why she's on TV. I don't know why they brought her back. It continues to not be good television. And I'm over it. Oh, unpopular opinion. I kind of like Angie K. I like her. She had her Easter, Orthodox Easter. She's Greek for like this last episode. And what's her name? Monica and her mom were fighting. Honestly, it was like really triggering because, you know, as somebody with a parent who lacks self-awareness and lacks healing, I mean, I totally see how Monica was trying to like have a conversation with her mom that the mom just isn't ready to hear or ready to accept or acknowledge anything. And you know what? That's Monica's journey that she has to accept. She may never come around, you know, and the holding of the car because it pissed her off. I mean, it's a tale as old as time. I feel bad because that's a shitty situation and you want to be the one that breaks the generational curse. So I do hope Monica is like healing and trying to do better with like her and her daughter's relationship. I don't know much about it, but you know, I hope that she does break it and they move on from it and she finds healing within, you know, herself for her mom, because I don't think she'll ever get it from her mom. I mean, I hope so. I'm not saying, I'm just, you know, it's kind of one of those things like you have to give yourself the closure that you desire and the healing that you desire. And, you know, you can't wait around for other people to like start your life and to give you the validation and to, you know, to seek to be healed for you. You just have to do it on your own. And if they do come around, then great, cherry on top. But I wouldn't be sitting here like holding my breath. Lisa is like very team mom on her side, on the mom side, because she's like, you don't talk to elders like that. You respect your parents, blah, blah. I love Lisa Barlow, and maybe this is unpopular for me, but I'm going to have to disagree with that because I don't think that just because somebody is older than you or somebody is, you know, your parent or superior doesn't mean that you need to, you know, bend over backwards for them or anything. Yeah, I guess like respect, but if somebody's disrespecting you, sure, I guess that goes back to your character. You can rise above, but like, you know, when it's a parent, when it's a mother-daughter relationship, a father-daughter, a father-son, mother-son relationship, like I think it's like really hard, especially if there's a lot of abuse in that relationship. So I think that we really shouldn't judge, and you have to let people come to their own journey of healing. And just because you don't agree with it and you don't support it, like, you know, that's Lisa's right to not support Monica and be on the mom's side or whatever. It's not about picking sides, but just about like it shows Lisa's values, right? Which is good. It's not good nor bad. It's just how she is and what she stands for, and you have to respect that if you want to continue to be friends with her, right? So I hope that they can find healing. I'm trying to think of something else that happened on that episode. Other than that, like, I think we're getting close to the reunion, huh? Beverly Hills happened this week. Again, obviously it's weekly. But I just want to let you guys know the opening scene where Dorit is like, wait, did she go with Erica or Kyle? No, I can't remember. I think she goes with Erica. In the picnic? Whatever, I forget. When Dorit sets up the picnic, they are literally in the middle of like Beverly Hills. And let me tell you, that little like quote Beverly Hills Park is like not really a park. It's just like a dirty ass fountain, and it's just like a greenery, like right by a traffic light. So like it's 100% a high traffic area, and like nobody is just going to like Beverly Hills Park to like have a picnic. You know what I'm saying? That's like going to like, I'm trying to, it's not even Central Park. It's like going to a billboard to just have a picnic, like truly. Like it's not, I don't even know what the general public would be to like compare it to if you've never been to Beverly Hills, but it's like this big. I'm not even kidding. It's like so small. And that was weird, but whatever. I don't know if Dorit and PK are separated. I don't know what they're doing. Kyle and Teddy were like, wait, that dropped on Watch What Happens Live when it dropped, like while they were on TV. And it made me feel like, you know, everybody kind of already knew. I guess we'll see that unfold. I mean, you know, any excuse for Dorit to bring up her robbery. She says that she got robbed again in the Target or the store. She probably wasn't in a Target, at the store. Somebody stole her handbag. Okay, Dorit, I'm sorry, but you got to take an L on that one, baby. Why would you leave your handbag in the cart and walk away and then come back? Like, yes, you were followed. That is so scary. But like, I think any like normal person with some self-awareness would know not to leave their handbag there. Still love Dorit. She's like one of my faves. She did really grow on me. You know, a lot of my friends say that I act like Dorit. It's such a compliment. The way that I'm extra, the way that I kind of do accents. Okay, I'm into it. Also, Dorit retweeted me one, or not retweeted, she reposted my story once on Instagram because I told her, I was like, when is Dorit gonna be cast as a Brittany Murphy biopic? And she was like, sign me up. Yeah, girl, you look just like Brittany Murphy. I'm into it. I think that she would be great as a Brittany Murphy biopic actress lead. And I think PK should produce it. And I think it should be on Lifetime. And I would totally watch that. And that's my idea. And you heard it here first. Look, I don't look at me for PTSD. I think people are being a little harsh about, you know, not making fun, but like talking shit about Dorit, about how she is still still brings up her break-in that happened like 3 seasons ago. Like, yeah, if it happened to you and it was that traumatic, like you would still bring it up too. Okay. Like, so I'm not knocking her for it, but, and that is triggering to have your bag stolen at a store. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, you shouldn't have really left it in the bag. But I'm not victim blaming. I'm just, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you think you're safe in Beverly Hills and you're not. Yeah. Oh, in their little anniversary bit, I really thought so PK recreated Pretty Woman for their anniversary and like did it at the Beverly Hills Hotel and whatever. I really thought the singer was Sutton. Like, did anybody else think that? I literally wrote, singer looks like Sutton. Because she did. And then Kyle dropped the bomb about, you know, like at dinner to Mauricio's parents that he had a tattoo. I don't know. It felt so forced because she literally just comes out, like she like leaves the table and goes and finds the mother-in-law and was like, did you know that your son had a tattoo? I'm just like, okay. And she goes, no. And she goes, oh, well, he might. I don't know. It's like, you should just ask him. That was giving bad acting. Anyways. So BravoCon happened this weekend. Am I a bad Bravo fan for like not really wanting to go to BravoCon? I think it's like a little overrated. And I don't really care about the panels. Sorry, I said it. And plus now they put it on Peacock. So what's the point of going if they're just going to put it on TV afterwards? I feel like the only reason why I'd want to go is for, you know, the meet and greets, which I guess that's why people go. But the meet and greets, maybe. But the after parties and meeting other like Bravo fans, like other pop culture people. I don't even really care about the Bravo celebrities because unless they're going to want to like interview with me for the pod or like be my friend, then I don't really care. I'm not a fan. My personality is not fandom. So it has to be like a mutually beneficial of like, let's be friends. And that's the only reason why I would go to BravoCon is to like make friends with people. And so also I had a girlfriend that went last year and she said that it was the worst experience of her life. She said people were peeing in the hallways because the line to the bathroom were 2 hours long, peeing and doing God knows what else. Is that not crazy? Why would you spend thousands of dollars? Because it really is, with flight, with hotel, with the ticket, with the meet and greet passes, all of this stuff. It's like probably a couple grand, or at least like $1,000. Why would you spend all that money to then have to like not have adequate bathroom situations and like end up having to pee in the hallway or like in a cup or in the corner? Like, I'm fucking good. You know, I'll watch it on TikTok. I'll get the gist. It's all good. No, I wasn't really getting any hard-hitting information other than the fact that Carl and Lindsay were on the panel together for the first time. Also, let me tell you this. Carl was going around doing interviews during BravoCon to people and Access Hollywood, okay? I saw it back to back. I saw People first and then I saw Access Hollywood. I don't know which came first. He was going around saying a rehearsed speech saying that his breakup with Lindsay is harder than his brother dying. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. Carl is somebody who constantly just says buzzwords, trigger words, like propaganda. I don't even know. Like, he is just somebody who is rehearsed. He has no sense of self. He is like, oh, everybody else online is saying that this is so fucked up, so I need to go in and be like, yeah, this is really fucked up and this was hard and I am a piece of shit and I need to own it and blah, blah, blah. No, like, but to say something as dramatic, like, he's so loose with his words. To say something as dramatic, and maybe that is how he felt. Maybe the breakup was harder than his brother dying. That's fine. But then last summer, you were saying that you couldn't do anything because your brother dying was paralyzing you. So, like, which is it, is all that I'm saying. You know, I'm saying you're opening yourself up to scrutiny, saying loose words like that. And I think that's wild. I think that it was so fucking rehearsed. Carl is such a loser. He needs to retire the white pants. I don't know who told him it looks good. I thought you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. They do Summer House. They know when Labor Day is. They do a whole Labor Day party and a white party and all this stuff. And you're not supposed to wear white after. The white pants are not giving anything except for loser behavior. And Carl really, really, really just roasted me the wrong way. And I can't get over it. I will never get over it. I'm not a huge Lindsay fan, but I do think she deserved better. Do I think that she was like really nervous on the panel? No. I think Lindsay is probably throwing shit at a wall because how old is she? 30 something? Mid to late 30. I think she's like mid 30s. And she's hoping that, you know, a marriage sticks because she wants to be married, and she's just looking at every Tom, Dick, and Harry, hoping that, you know, it'll stick because that's her attachment style. Okay, that's fine. I think it is always nerve-wracking to see an ex, but I think she's doing fine. And I think she's going to continue to do fine. She's going to prevail like the bad bitch she is, and she is going to get what she deserves. And I love that. So, good things for Lindsay, even though I know she's not the most liked. But she didn't deserve that bullshit that Carl did. Brittany Mahomes was out with Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez, Sophie Turner, and Gigi Hadid. I saw this hilarious TikTok. I don't remember who posted it. Don't come for me. But it was a voiceover of In Girl World, like from Mean Girls. It was so fucking funny. They were like saying that Brittany Mahomes was Catty Heron. It's just so funny, and I love that. I don't really know the Brittany Mahomes hate, but you know what Brittany Mahomes makes me think of? If people really don't like her, I think people are like, because now Taylor's like accepted her, like we've accepted her, aka the Barstool people, because I'm following them. But they've accepted her, and I think she's kind of doing to Brittany Mahomes what she did to Lena Dunham, except for Brittany Mahomes is obviously in an astronomically higher category than Lena Dunham. There's only a couple of people that I really despise in this world, and like Lena Dunham is absolutely one of them. I think she's gross. And I just think that maybe she's doing the same thing because it's like, you know, Patrick and Travis, and also one of Taylor's backup dancers, his brother plays on the Chiefs too. So like, you know, she wants to keep the peace, and she's a people pleaser, as you know from her songs. So look, I mean, if she likes Brittany, we like Brittany. I don't really know anything about her. I don't really care. And if she's good, I'm good. Now, this is interesting. Abigail Breslin. Has anybody heard about this lately? Abigail Breslin is getting countersued or just sued because she didn't want to. She's filming this movie in Malta. Is that the country, Malta? Okay. This is by Variety. Abigail Breslin refused to work alone with Aaron Eckhart on Thriller due to demeaning unprofessional behavior, lawsuit alleges. Aaron Eckhart is Two-Faced from A Dark Knight. Batman Dark Knight. That's how I know who that guy is. And she allegedly, I'm just going to give you the gist of it. She was filming a thriller in Malta with this producer, a Bulgarian producer. She didn't feel comfortable around Aaron Eckhart, and she filed a complaint against SAG, saying, like, in confidence, saying that, you know, I don't feel comfortable around this guy, blah, blah, blah. And she's supposed to be playing his daughter. I mean, I know it's a movie, but like, and I know they're not really related, but method acting. Come on, guys. Anyways, and so then it was supposed to be in confidence that she filed it with SAG, and then I guess it got out, and she was like halting production. She wasn't wanting to do the scenes or whatever, and so the producer sued her for almost grounding a halt to production and accusing Eckhart of aggressive, demeaning, and unprofessional behavior on set. Breslin alleged that his behavior placed her at various times in peril. She refused to be alone with him in several scenes, according to the suit. Filed a complaint with SAG, setting forth that her fears and blasting Eckhart's behavior, according to the lawsuit. Eckart's representative did not respond for a request for comment. But Breslin's representative did tell Variety that she has not yet been served by a producer's lawsuit and stands by her allegations. So we'll see what unfolds about that. I mean, definitely good for Abigail Breslin for standing up for herself. I don't know what happened on set, but you know, there's a lot of things that a lot of people and a lot of production companies and a lot of rinky-dink producers, directors, people with just like $20,000 to produce this movie, you know, will get away with. All these skeezy people will get away with just for money and for, you know, exploiting people and young actresses and actors, and it goes both ways. So yes, I do agree with you should raise your voice, and you know, if you're feeling some type of way, like, you have that right to be exercised. So I will keep tabs on that and see what comes of it. But so far it's just kind of like saying that the Bulgarian producer is upset that she won't sign and get the movie to be released, and it's costing them $80,000 to do accommodations for her to make her feel comfortable, etc., etc. So we'll see what's up with that. In other Real Housewives news, Ramona Singer, the singer stinger, has been axed from BravoCon from her real estate job for racial slurs. I mean, yeah, we know. I'll never forget. The people who tell me that a character grows on me while watching TV, and it never does, like, should be sued. When I started watching Real Housewives of New York, I was like, oh my God, Ramona's the worst person I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, the way that she speaks, her demeanor, her rhythm, the things that she says, it's rude, it's brash. It's not just, oh, that's me and blah, blah, blah. And, well, I can't even get a word in edgewise. You're talking blah, blah, blah. Like, no, dude. Like, stop. Just stop. She's awful. I also don't even think she's one of those, quote, characters that are, like, necessary for the show to thrive. I think the show would thrive without her being, like, racist and being, like, rude to people. Page 6, Ramona Singer tries to downplay her use of racial slurs while practically using a slur. Yeah, yikes. I mean, page 6 posted the screenshot. She says, this was never on the hot sheet. If you read the Vanity Fair article, please remove. The journalist responded, that was changed yesterday. She said, this is also upsetting. And the word I used was, she says, a racial slur. And that's fucking crazy. I mean, honestly, good. Like, she needs to be put in her place and, like, consequences, actions, consequences. Hello, meet you. Like, I'm not understanding how she has gotten away with it so far for over 15 years, I want to say. I'm not getting it. So I am glad that Bravo axed her from BravoCon. And that she lost her real estate job. Like, it doesn't work like that. So anyways, never been a fan. And that's that. You know who else I was never a fan of? People I've never been a fan of and didn't grow on me. Ramona Singer, April from Grey's Anatomy, annoying as fuck, never grew on me. Who else? Vanessa from Gossip Girl. Who else is annoying? Bonnie from Vampire Diaries. Necessary but annoying. So I also watched my new obsession is going to be mobsters. Okay, the mafia. I just watched Got Gotti. What is it called? Got Gotti. Wow, that was wild. That was wild. The fact that the mafia is still reigning supreme in New York and all these places. Like, I went down a rabbit hole on Wikipedia. By the way, why could we never use that in high school? Because they didn't want it to be easy. That's why. There's 5 famous families in New York that reign all of New York State. The most famous being the Gambino family of the John Gotti, which is what he was the leader of. Or the Godfather, excuse me. I've never actually seen Godfather, but I kind of want to see it because I think it's about him, right? Or it's about like the mob. Wild. I can't believe that they have a Congress, like a congressional committee, a board of the fucking mobsters that talk to the like state board and try to like, right? Is that what it is? It's so nuts. It's also nuts the way that they got him. I highly recommend watching it. It's on Netflix. The way that they bugged him and like I was sweating. I was sweating. Oh my God. When they had to go into the apartment and bug his apartment, and then the old lady's apartment above the fishing bar place that they hung out at. They said that on taxes he only made $26,000 a year, but he rolled around in like a brand new Mercedes limo and like whatever. I don't know. Crazy to me. He was also, they plan hits. Dude, I don't know. I need more information on the mob, to be honest with you. But wow, what a show. What a crazy just world that we live in, that like the mafia still reigns. All right, guys, thank you for listening. Please subscribe anywhere you get podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube, Coffee Meets Vodka. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at coffee.meets.vodka. Email me, coffeemeetsvodkapod@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest, please email me. I have a guest sign up form and the link in my Instagram bio on my link tree. Please look at that, fill that out. I would love to have you on and be a part of the show. If you have any comments, concerns, feedback, don't forget to rate and subscribe. Rate and subscribe on YouTube. Rate and subscribe on Spotify. Rate and subscribe on Apple. Rate and subscribe anywhere that you get podcasts. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you next week. Bye.